This right here is a YouTuber named Colin, who in October of 2024 uploaded a video titled Exploring an Abandoned Haunted House to his channel The Bearded Explorer. His channel mainly focuses on urban exploration, and he frequently shares footage of him exploring various abandoned locations across the UK. In this particular video, Colin chose to explore an abandoned haunted house situated in the middle of a cemetery. According to Colin, the house once belonged to a classmate of his named Lauren, who lived there with her family. During their time in the house, the family reported hearing strange noises, and Lauren herself admitted to seeing mysterious figures at the foot of her bed. Since then, no one has lived in the house, as it is believed to be haunted. Despite all this, Colin set out to investigate the haunted house alone in the middle of the night. Colin begins the video by walking through the cemetery to reach the haunted house. After locating the house, he squeezes through a small window to enter. As he steps inside, he immediately notices that the house is in poor condition, with deteriorating walls and ceilings, some of which appear as if they could collapse at any moment. Nonetheless, Colin continues his exploration, moving from one room to another. However, just a few minutes into his exploration, while walking through one of the rooms, he suddenly hears the sound of footsteps coming from the upper levels, and that's when things take a turn for the worse for Colin.
Okay, let's go through the hallway. We've got the main door just there. Okay, let's go in here. There's always a creepy chair. In a room you go in, there's always a creepy chair. Oh, look at the door over there, that's cool. That's really cool. It's like a chapel sort of design door, you know, like a pointy one. What on earth is that? Oh my God, I've just got the biggest, like the goosebumps have gone all up the back of my legs and all on my arms. That's horrible. What was that? I don't know if you heard that, but that sounded like a tap, tap, tap. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. Honestly, the goosebumps in here are horrible. These doors are lovely. Look how thick they are. Oh God, what the f is that? That actually sounded like there was someone upstairs. Hello? Okay, that was horrible. That actually sounded like there was somebody walking around upstairs. This is terrifying now. Let's go and have a look. Oh, I don't like this. I really don't like this. Hello? This one's empty. See outside, there's a road out there. It's very, very dark out there tonight. It's so creepy here, honestly, it's horrible. Okay, let's that mirror, I don't like that mirror at all. That is horrible.
After Colin heard the sound of footsteps, he immediately called out and went upstairs to investigate. Unfortunately, he did not find anything or anyone who could have caused those footsteps. To make matters even more disturbing, after Colin uploaded this video, his viewers noticed something he had overlooked during his exploration. Many comments from his viewers pointed out that when Colin initially walked into the main hallway, the blue gloves were on top of the cardboard box. But just moments later, as Colin stepped out of the living room, the blue gloves were lying on the floor right next to the box. Disturbingly, when Colin heard the footsteps and was walking up the stairs to investigate, a tennis ball was clearly visible on the edge of the staircase. However, when he entered one of the rooms and came back out, the tennis ball had mysteriously shifted several feet away from its original position. Colin was completely unaware of any of this and was still attempting to find the source of the footsteps. However, as he went back down to investigate further, that's when he stumbled upon something truly disturbing.
Honestly, guys, I'm going to try and get my arm out. The goosebumps, you can't see. The goosebumps on my arms and my legs at the moment is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Oh, we've got another room down here, haven't we? Hello? God, I hate it. You think you can hear something. There's a ladder, but that's too low to go in there. There's another loft space there. Oh, I can't go out there. You can see the old flint wall up there. Look, that's really cool. Wow. Okay, well, I think this is the last room. I don't think it's like a cupboard or something. Oh, that's the bathroom. Oh, fuck.
After Colin went downstairs and opened the bathroom door, someone or something hiding behind the shower curtains forcefully pushed the curtain aside. Colin, afraid for his life, immediately rushed out of the house and returned to his car. It remains unclear who or what was hiding behind those curtains, as well as how the gloves and tennis ball mysteriously moved from their original positions. It's difficult to determine whether Colin's encounter was paranormal or if a squatter or homeless individual was hiding inside the house all along. However, since Colin left the haunted house before he could discover the truth behind any of these bizarre encounters, this mystery might remain unsolved. In September of 2021, a British YouTuber named Colin uploaded a rather disturbing video titled "Exploring an Abandoned Hospital" to his channel The Bearded Explorer. His channel primarily focuses on urban exploration, and he frequently posts footage of his strange encounters while exploring various haunted and abandoned buildings. In this particular video, Colin decided to explore an abandoned hospital known as the Zachary Merton Ward, situated in Stanmore, England. Constructed in 1936, it was one of the first dedicated rehabilitation facilities in the UK. This was a crucial step in advancing patient care at that time, as there was a growing recognition of the need for specialized care for patients with chronic conditions. However, as medical technology and rehabilitation practices evolved, the need for older facilities like the Zachary Merton Ward diminished. The ward was ultimately shut down in the mid-1980s. Since then, the hospital has been completely abandoned for over 40 years and has gained a reputation for being haunted. One of the most famous paranormal sightings linked with the ward is that of the Grey Lady. She is typically described as a figure dressed in gray, believed to be the spirit of a former patient or staff member. Some witnesses have reported seeing her walking through the ward, while others have felt her presence without actually seeing her. Despite all this, Colin chose to explore the haunted hospital on his own. As he began his exploration and stepped foot inside the hospital, he immediately noticed the terrible condition of the building, with crumbling walls and ceilings along with piles of paper and junk scattered everywhere. During this time, he mentioned that this was one of the creepiest places he'd ever been in and was nothing like he'd ever explored before. As he explored further, he discovered stacks of old furniture and medical equipment left behind. Everything up to this point seemed to be going pretty smoothly for Colin, as he didn't hear or see anything unusual. However, as he made his way into the hallway, he started hearing some pretty bizarre noises, and that's when things started to take a very disturbing turn for Colin.
Do you know, I've been to a lot of buildings and places on my own, but this place here is giving me the chills like you wouldn't believe it. I think this place closed back in the 1980s. You know, it's been empty for a very, very long time. I'm actually surprised it's still here. Normally they bring these places down like... What's that? Oh, I'm hearing noises in there now. That wasn't nice. It sounded like footsteps. That was really creepy. There is so much stuff in here. Oh, what was that? I don't think there's anyone else in here. I'm sure there isn't. I keep hearing these weird noises. It's an empty, disused building. There's probably all sorts of animals and things in here.
After Colin heard the noises, he initially didn't think much of it. But when he heard the noise again, he ultimately concluded that it must belong to an animal and immediately got back to his exploration. However, as he explored the remaining parts of the building, he started hearing the noises once again.
Cool. Well, I think that is pretty much everything, guys. I think that's the whole site done. So take a walk back downstairs. Now I'm going to do some pictures, do some cinematics, and then I think we can make a move. Fuck. Hello?
As Colin was filming the window, he suddenly heard a loud banging noise coming from the hallway. He immediately went towards the noise to investigate its source, but unfortunately he found nothing that could have caused such a loud bang. Nevertheless, Colin didn't back down and continued with his exploration. However, as he was exploring one of the rooms, that's when he encountered something that sent him running out of the building.
What the hell is that? Starting to get some really weird stuff in here. Oh, fuck!
According to Colin, while he was walking through the hallway, he suddenly heard a loud bang. This immediately sent him running, and as he picked up his camera, he claimed to have seen a figure standing behind the blue chair before it vanished right before his eyes. Although his camera didn't capture the figure, he did identify a point in the footage where a figure can be seen standing, but it is still a mystery if this was a figure standing or merely just a shadow of some sort. However, the mystery surrounding the figure doesn't end here. After Colin uploaded this video to his channel, he uploaded another video where he returned to the haunted hospital a month later to investigate further. However, little did Colin know that what he was about to encounter this time would be far worse than anything he'd experienced during his previous visit.
Cannot believe that I'm doing this on my own at night. Definitely not going up that way first, I'm going this way first. Why am I doing this? Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Oh my God. It is absolutely freezing in here. It is absolutely freezing. There's no windows open in here. Every single window is boarded. Ooh, ooh. Okay, whoa. Okay, that was creepy. It felt like I bumped into someone, but there's no one there. Literally, I step into this room here. The temperature change from there to here. Now, that is really strange.
As soon as Colin entered one of the rooms, he noticed that the temperature inside was significantly colder, and the moment he stepped back out, the temperature returned to normal. This detail is particularly alarming, given that many paranormal experts claim cold spots may indicate the presence of a ghost. The theory is that when a spirit moves, it absorbs heat from the environment, and therefore creates a cold spot within its path. Nevertheless, Colin didn't think much of this detail and continued with his exploration. However, just moments later, as he walked through the hallway, that's when he stumbled upon something truly disturbing.
Why am I here on my own, walking around this abandoned hospital that I saw something? I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a ghost. I mean, I can show you guys now, right? I saw something just behind that blue chair. Now, bearing in mind I saw it with my own eyes, I didn't realise I had it on camera. Let's do this. What the hell was that? I'm sure I heard something. I don't know. It's probably just the wind. Okay, this is the worst part for me. Whoa. I think it is just Whoa. Okay, that's scary. God, this is absolutely... What the fuck? No, I'm hearing noises all around me. I don't know what it is. I am just so terrified right now. I can hear noises. I don't know whether it's pigeons in the loft. I don't know if it's stuff falling from the ceilings. It must be.
After hearing the noises, Colin initially dismissed them as a pigeon. However, after hearing a similar noise several more times, he immediately went towards the noise to investigate its source. But unfortunately, he found nothing that could have caused those noises. He then left the hallway and went upstairs to explore the remaining parts of the building. During his exploration, Colin again felt the sudden shift in temperature, but he didn't back down and continued exploring. However, that's when he started hearing the noises once again, but this time they were louder and closer.
Goosebumps on my whole body right now are just... You could probably strike a match off my skin. Look at this little... What was that? What was that? What the hell was that? Fuck. I think it's just stuff falling from the ceiling, but it's bloody frightening the life out of me. Why does it look like a leg sticking out that door out there? It's not, but... Oh! I've just got all these ideas going through my head at the moment. Whoa. There's someone in there. That can't be. No. There's no one in here. There is nobody in here. It's just me. Hello? Oh, fuck. There's no one in here.
After Colin heard the loud bang, he immediately ran off, but eventually went back to investigate its source. Once again, despite searching everywhere, he found nothing that could have caused such a loud bang. By this point, Colin was consumed by fear and anxiety over everything he'd been witnessing that night. As a result, he decided to end his exploration and exit the building. However, just as Colin was trying to leave, that's when he encountered something that sent him running out of the building.
Oh, God, okay. Oh, I've never been so scared. I've never been so scared. I'm getting out of here. I've had enough. Fuck that. Fuck that. That was weird. That was really, really weird. Oh, what is it about this place? Oh, I hate this place, I really do. Just listen. Shit.
If you look closely at the footage, you can clearly see a red ball mysteriously rolling out of the room. Colin, upon spotting the ball, immediately rushes out of the building and safely makes it back to his car. It's still a mystery whether what Colin encountered that night was paranormal or not, along with the mystery of how the ball suddenly rolled out of the room, or whether the figure Colin claimed to have seen during his initial visit was somehow responsible for throwing the ball. Ultimately, it's up to you to decide whether Zachary Merton Ward in England was truly haunted or not.